EA Sports. It's the Jaguars and the Nighthawks, and it comes your way next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League finds us across the Atlantic and along the River Liffey in the wonderful city of Dublin, Ireland. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Nighthawks of Dublin. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the rest, you'll take the week off, get your guys healed up a little bit and ready to go. But that team that's coming in off of a win last week, they're really excited to keep playing. They feel like they are hot and ready to go.
For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And they will elect to not bring this one out, as our first drive will begin at the 25. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
All in all, he was pretty solid in the victory in the wild card round and threw a couple of touchdowns. And when it comes to quarterback play, you'd always love spectacular. But in the playoffs, you'll take solid. And that's exactly what they're looking for from him again in this contest.
Ready up! Red on red. Here we go.
They'll start on the ground. Etienne. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. Second down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Now Lawrence to throw on second down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
We talk all the time about playmakers on offense, but let's face it, there are plenty of playmakers on defense, too. I think we just saw an example of one, didn't we? Not force that incompletion.
Yeah, he's a great corner. They got a couple of them on that side of the football. On third down, here's Etienne. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's fourth down. On fourth down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Taken in at the 22. Escapes the defender. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for the touchdown. Mark that down as a punt return of 78 yards. And the Nighthawks are on the board first here in this division round matchup. The papers this week, it was all talk about how big of a game this was. Of course it is. It's the playoffs. It's the divisional round. But they handle it well. They score early.
They really did. Plenty of confidence exuded on that drive. No nerves showing. Terrific way to get things started. They are in control.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And it's good to make it 7-0. It's no secret. That's why they have him return punts. He has the capability to take them back, and he did so there. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. And now out come the Jags. And for them, maybe a little carryover from last week's game. They got the win on the road in the wild card round, on the road here again in the divisional round, but they're hanging tough.
Hey, cue a little music, right? A little on the road again. I mean, this has been kind of the mantra they're under right now, and they can't change it. The season dictated what would happen with them, right? They had to go on the road for the first round for the playoffs. They're on the road again, and sometimes teams get really comfortable with that. Not only the idea of going on the road and shocking the world, but just, hey, it's just us. We don't have to worry about outside distractions. It's just us. Let's go play.
It becomes that us against the world mentality, doesn't it?
And while it may be overplayed, in the media, it's real when it comes time to play ball.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They'll run with ETN. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
I like this focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need one. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw, Lawrence. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Lawrence will throw. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
On 2nd down, here's Lawrence. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
That is caught. And it'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked off by J.C. Horn.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
So out comes the offense now with a long field ahead of them. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
And now it gets real, because as a rookie quarterback, all those accolades and great performances in the regular season, they essentially go right out the window. They get erased, and you have to start over. Played extremely well to get the team the #1 seed and the first-round bye. But this is where he proves himself as a quarterback in the NFL. In the playoffs, and can he win games?
For Marshall, that's complete. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. Well, that's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. Looking to throw. Gentry. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
19 tight.
To throw on 2nd down. Gentry got his man complete over the middle. It's Marshall. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. 23 yards to pick up there. Well, Charles, you look at this offense. They're the #1 seed, a Super Bowl favorite, but it's hard to avoid the topic that this is a rookie quarterback under center making his first ever postseason. Any concern level there?
Well, I would think that we'd all have some concern because, you know, a rookie quarterback, that's just not normal, right? But I think I'd be a lot more concerned if they were the 6 or 7 seed and had to go on the road and play in a hostile environment. What if it was cold outside? But here you got a guy who's been solid all year, led them to all those wins, #1 seed. I think they have unquestioned belief in him. They also feel like they have a responsibility to help carry him along as well.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
When you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Again, here's Adams. And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Let's go!
They run on 2nd down with Adams. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. On 2nd down now, Swain. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Dublin with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they go to work on a 1st and goal.
On the check.
Run up the middle, Adams. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Nighthawks go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Now the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. A 10-play drive that time. And it was finished off with a 10-yard touchdown scamper. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Jacksonville set to go again offensively. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Now ETN to start the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
On first down, this is Adams. A solid stiff arm. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll run again with Adams. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I'd keep going back to him.
Up the middle they go with Adams. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, they go with Adams. And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm. 59 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup. Sort of interesting going with a draw play there. Do you like that call?
I don't, but it would be a lot more powerful coming from me if I'd said it before the play actually happened, if I'd first guessed it. But look, a draw in that situation, heavy risk reward. If he walks in, it looks like a great call, doesn't it?
Yeah, instead brings up a tough 4th down. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Forced out to his left. And it's caught. Touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Nighthawks continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 21-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And work with me here. Is this overhyped or not? You've got a warm weather team on the road in January, and it's cold. What's the deal? Is that a factor? Is it not a factor?
I think a lot of it depends on the personality of your head coach and how you prepare for things. And some things you just can't prepare for. If you're coming from a warm weather site, you can't make it cold enough like it is here in this ball game. But what you can do is just tell guys, dress for the weather, and then play like we always play. And as the game goes along, typically those guys out there playing, you warm up enough that it really shouldn't affect you quite the same way. Now, if that's all you talk about, if you put that in the heads of your players, well, it'll affect them in a big way. All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
They'll get this off to ETN. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. It's taken to the 26. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. They start on the ground with Adams, and nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Ready up.
2nd down and 8. On to give, it's Adams. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
On 3rd down, Swain. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy. I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Hey, kill.
Now Lawrence to throw.
You ain't going nowhere.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now Lawrence. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. This is fielded at the 27. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Dublin's offense now set to take over. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. The drive starts with a handoff to Adams. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. It's a give to Adams out of the shotgun. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 83 yards rushing. Been tough to stop here this first half.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season, and that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
To throw on 3rd down, Gentry. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars 16. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
Every day, let's do it with you every day. Let's play. Let's play.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Riggs. Buffalo 18.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Ready.
2nd and 10.
7 Pirates.
Back to throw. Gentry. His throw incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
10 through 11. Let go.
On 3rd down, Gentry. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Looking to throw. Gentry. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And how about that for just running out the clock? That good for 22 and a first down.
First down, Jaguars.
Let's ride, dog. Let's do it.
So it's on to halftime of this AFC divisional round matchup. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. This fourth and final matchup on this division.
Well, look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the third quarter. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So this offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football.
And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play there. 44 yards.
Everything's been going right here in this one. This offense, they've been in complete control from the outset. And here's another big play. These kind of routes have been open all game long, and they continue to take advantage.
Here we go.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Go.
Back to throw. Gentry. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
Holding offense.
So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Ready.
Up the middle they go. Swain. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Ready.
They'll keep it on the ground. Swain. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Naturally so. The defense was keyed in on everyone but the back on that play. And it took them an extra second to react when he got the carry. It's still a tough 3rd down to pick up here, but a lot more manageable after an excellent carry on 2nd down.
Touchdown! A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed
that they've earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. Just a 4-play drive that time. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. Let's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one. Well, after incompletions on first and second down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on third down.
And the pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 9.
Looking to throw. Gentry. And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
Osa Odighizuwa with the effort there to earn the sack. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage, well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On 1st and 10, Gentry. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Let's go now.
From the 35, here's 2nd and a couple.
Trap 60, trap 60. Go.
Back to throw. Gentry. He's got a man. That's Marshall. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 14. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
They'll look to throw again. Touchdown! A great effort there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game.
And the Nighthawks have taken a 5-touchdown lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes this 35-0 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized. At this point in the game and the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
Hey, let's go.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Here's Lawrence to throw. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
Now, that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This is brought in at the 21. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter, good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the third.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Second and 10 here as we sit in the third quarter of this divisional round matchup. Looking to throw. Gentry. Eluding the pressure right. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Here's 3rd and 3.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Operating from the gun, Gentry. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
So they bring out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here.
Hey, Lion.
And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite it, they've got to find some type of a play. Multiple plays that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On 2nd down, Lawrence. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Reno. 11, Agate.
On 1st down, Lawrence. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards on the play. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now. And all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
Big gains in succession. Last one was over 20. This one over 30. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, Lawrence got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Zay Flowers, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Jags are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Dublin's offense now set to take over. And this one not officially in the bag, but it's looking more and more like you and I are going to be in these same seats next week for a game to go to the Super Bowl.
And it's contrary to our meeting with the visitors, wasn't it? Remember when we went over to the hotel before the game, and one of the themes they kept hitting us with was, let's put the pressure on the #1 seed and see if they can handle it. Let's do that. Well, they're the #1 seed for a reason. Best team all year long. They're showing it again in this game.
Now a 2nd and 10. A handoff, Adams running left, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there.
Help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
On the handoff, Adams here. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory.
95 yards rushing for him now in the ball game as he is trying to will his guys to the championship round next weekend. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Ready?
Now Adams shelling through the defense. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
I know we're in the era of wide open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football, and we just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day.
Cowboy 80. Ready?
Throwing on 1st down. Gentry. He finds his man, complete. That's Marshall. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That goes for a gain of 31.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
Here we go.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. A carry for Adams. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Nighthawks are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this 4th quarter lead.
Extra point forthcoming. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told and a 9-yard run on the end of it. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Jaguars back with it on offense. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a... As they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard.
Hey. Here we go.
Here's Lawrence. Throw caught by Flowers. Now inside the 25. Touchdown, Jaguars. Zay Flowers with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Jaguars get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth-quarter deficit. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that, man. One play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end. And there he goes again. Now that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And it would appear that that first round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start and no letdown here as they lead big in this divisional round and they look to book a spot in the conference championship. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Throwing to start the drive. Gentry. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
And supreme confidence in the kicker turns to supreme failure, as that is obviously no good. But that's just a minor blip here in what's been a thoroughly dominating performance. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield. Facing this 4th quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock. They know the lead that they have. And on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat.
On the ready.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 120 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
And that's a great run, and this is where you've got a running back who feels like he needs to take over this football game. You're in the 2nd half, you've got the lead, you're looking at moving on to the conference championship, and he's got to be saying, just keep giving me the ball, and I'll get us home.
Go.
On 1st down, Gentry out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that will bring up 2nd down.
60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Ready, 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 go. Ready, ready.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 17-yard line.
Okay, ready? Ready?
Adams on the draw. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, fourth quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down. You have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
They'll go to Adams, try to pound it in, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Now for the point after. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A drive that time of 6 plays. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Jaguars again ready to take over on offense. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though.
There he goes, left side. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw into the hands of Kirk. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
Let's do this, man. Hey, go. Go. 11.
Now Lawrence. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, they came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. And that's caught inside the 35. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. This is caught, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the fourth quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like fourth quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Now the try here for the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Yeah, the touchdown apparently wasn't enough. They're going to go for the onside kick here. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship. And do you think that the printing press is starting to get those T-shirts and hats ready, my friend?
They have to, Brandon. They have to be ready because if you win, you've got to hand those out on the field right away. And just think about the pressure for the players now. Families are going to be talking about tickets to the Super Bowl even before you play the conference championship.